Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here. I decided to come live to you today and share my reason why I keep sharing more and more personal stuff on social media and also recently national media. So, last week has been quite an intense and very successful week in terms of media for me, where Mamma Mia reached out to me, asked whether I was ready to do a podcast about dating after loss. And I remember thinking, this is really confronting. And at the same time, something within me knew that it was time to speak about this topic because being in various widow groups and groups that have got to do with grief for research purposes, yet also sometimes for um, connections, collaborations with other people who have the same vision like me. And that is healing grief, really spreading the news, spreading love about the opportunity to heal your grief. We were taught by society that it is not possible to heal grief, that grief will stay with you forever. I don't agree with that. I know that we can heal through that. I know that there is a different path that will lead you to joy, that will lead you back to happiness, and that with still having your loved one in your heart and knowing that this person will always have an amazing, amazing place in your heart, in your life. So there is no discussion around whether Rob will ever not be special to me. This is an absolute given to me. He will live on in the boys, will live on through the boys. I can see him in the boys every single day. I can still feel him around, see him around. Yet my life has moved on. That is just a fact. And I know also for a fact that that's what he wanted me to do. So, why do I share? When Mamma Mia asked me to speak about this topic, I knew that a lot of people really need to hear the story and really need to hear people speaking about that topic of dating after loss. What happens thereafter? We all need love. We all need to feel loved. We are all longing to be loved and to belong with somebody. That's how we are as human beings. We are built like that. It's in our DNA to want to belong to a tribe, to be with family, to create family. It's natural. So why does nobody speak about it? It's because people think or because people place it in your head that you are dishonoring your loved one if you were to love somebody else in your life. That couldn't be further from the truth. So I decided to say yes. I decided to speak up about it. I decided to share my story of dating somebody else after loss, after Rob has died. And after the podcast came out, I was literally, um, you know, gifted with so much beautiful feedback, with so many people thanking me to speak up about something that nobody dares to speak about. Then Mamma Mia contacted me again and said, would you write a follow up article about that? And I agreed again. I shared my story with further details and knew that my intention was that people would find hope in the way that I have lived my life, in the decisions that I have made, and that people would find hope that there is healing, that there is love for them again. And I know for a fact there is. There is so much love in the world. And I know that my heart is huge. I am capable of loving more than one person. Somebody sent me the most beautiful, beautiful feedback the other day and said, why is it that when you lose a child, when you have a stillbirth, or even like one of your children dying, and you go on to have another child, that nobody ever frowns upon it? Yet when your husband passes and you go to meet somebody else, then people do frown about it. Not everyone. I had a lot of people in my favor, a lot of people supporting me, a lot of people being really happy for me to have found love again. And even though that love didn't last, I am so grateful that it happened in my life. I feel so blessed that I met somebody again that made me feel extremely special and really loved. So when the article came out in Mamma Mia, I got swamped with even more feedback that people really loved that somebody speaks up about this topic and how important it is to speak about it. And next thing I know, I got an email from Channel 7 News. A journalist reached out to me and said, can we please write an article about you? And why have we not heard about you before? So I was just on cloud number 9, like seriously, last week being addressed by media if I was to speak about it. And why I was on cloud number 9 is because that is the path that I have chosen, to go out in public and share the word about love and connection and healing and hope and happiness, and that all of that is possible even when somebody so close to you dies in your life. I know for a fact that it's possible because I am living that path on a daily basis. And yes, healing is a decision. Happiness is a decision. It's a choice that you make. So I wanted to share a few things about why do I speak up about it? Why do I even share it? Well, first of all, I don't share too personal details of my relationship that I had after Rob in public, because this is really nobody's business. But what I do share is that it is possible that you love again. And I think that is the message that I want people to hear. So when I wrote that story for Mamma Mia first, and then Channel 7 wrote the story about me, I really struggled at first. I had to think hard and really work from my heart space to share a story that would serve the reader and not air my personal history, if that makes sense. So it was a very fine line to stay balanced with the message and to portray it from a really true and heartfelt space, yet not out anyone and not out any details why I walked away from it. Yet on the other hand, that I am so grateful that it happened. I've got nothing but love for that person and nothing but gratitude. So I'm really, really in a good space with it. I have no regrets, and I want people to know that it is possible to find love again. So one thing I wanted to also address, I made a little list here so I don't forget talking about a couple of things that I really wanted to address here, and one of them is headlines. I asked Channel 7 News if I could have final editing rights because it was really important for me to honor Rob's family, to have the article written in a way that nobody feels dishonored or stepped on their toes. Rob's family means the world to me. I'm still in very, very close contact with them, and I really honor them. I honor them for who they are and the gift that they have given to me, the biggest gift I could have ever received. Rob in our life was the biggest gift, and, therefore I've received 2 more bigger gifts. Bigger gifts, does that even make sense? You know what I'm talking about, Flynn and Jed. So I got the article read back to me. The only thing that I didn't get read back to me was the headline. And in both cases, Mamma Mia and Channel 7 News used very similar headlines, which was something along the lines that Marie found love again only 17 months after her husband died. And I know that when you read a headline like that, it can read like very tabloidy and very, trash media, which neither of them are. Yet I understand that this is how headline works. I'm probably not the biggest fan of this headline, but on the other hand, it is what draws people in to read my story. So if that's what it takes for them to read my story, so be it. I have to be okay with that. If I stand in the limelight, if I allow media to write my story, I have to be okay with that. And I am okay with that because I know that when people read the message, that they do receive hope, and therefore they can embark on a journey of healing, if that makes sense. So I also saw a lot of comments when Channel 7 posted the article on their page, literally within the first 3 hours, because I only saw it when it's been up for 3 hours. There were like hundreds of comments, and I really took the time when I got home to read through every single one of them. I commented on a few of them, and I really took the time to answer straight from my heart. I made an effort not to go into defense when people commented on it. I found it very interesting that the majority of people reading the article thought that I was still with this gentleman, which I am not. Yet that wasn't really the point that I was making, that the point that I wanted to make is that it is possible to find love again, and that it is possible that you heal through something like that, and that by still honoring the person that you have loved so much and that has had such an important part in your life. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's the whole feeling the blessings in it. And some people said, how is this even newsworthy? There were a few comments around that. And I'm like, wow. So first of all, people didn't realize when it was shared on Channel 7 that this article actually came out in a lifestyle section. It's obviously not news. Marie Alessi is stating again. But it was an article in the lifestyle section, and that's exactly where a story like that belongs. So I really wanted to say that to defend Channel 7. They don't really need to be defended, but I really wanted to say that. And on the other hand, my response to one guy who said it in a rather, maybe a bit more degrading way, I said, if you don't find that newsworthy, it just means that you should count your blessings. And I said that from a space of love, not sarcasm, because if people don't realize how important it is to talk about a topic like dating after loss, then they need to count their blessings, because it means that I have no idea what I'm actually talking about or in what situation you can be when somebody so close to you dies so unexpectedly. So if you don't see the news in something like that or the worth in sharing a story like that, then please do count your blessings. I really mean that straight from my heart, said with a lot of love. Then I wanted to say, I already made a point about this, but I really want to highlight that I am in a close relationship with Rob's parents, with Rob's family. They mean the world to me. They still are my family, and I will always defend them because they really mean the world to me. In this entire thing, I understand that some of the things that I am sharing might hurt them. I'm fully aware of that. And on the other hand, my intention is always healing. It comes from a space of wanting to help people heal. And the fact is that I know that Rob backs me up 100%. He's so proud of me for doing that. I know it. I feel it. I know that he is part of this path, that he has helped me embark on this journey in more ways than I can even explain in this. And this is not what this video is about. Yet I know that he backs me up on that. I know that he's with me, and I know that he's absolutely okay with me, what I'm doing and what I'm sharing. So I have a lot of respect for Rob's in-laws, for my family, and I really wanted to say that here. I also feel that dating after loss is a topic that really needs to be spoken about, because there is a loneliness that can come into your life when somebody so close to you dies. Yet I also want to make a point about that I did not date out of loneliness. It was not an act out of desperation. It was an act out of pure love. I met this person and I fell in love with him, and I followed that emotion. So there was no filling a hole or filling a void or anything like that at all. Also, big point, I was not looking for a replacement dad. There is no replacement for Rob. It is beautiful when my boys have got a male figure in their life that they can look up to, that can support them, yet I'm not looking for a dad replacement. So whatever comes out of that relationship, when I meet somebody new, I need them to be okay with Flynn and Jet. I need them to wholeheartedly embrace them, because there are three of us. There's not just one person that they're in a relationship with. So if there is no relationship or bond forming between the two of them, it will never work with me. Yet I'm not looking to fill a role in their life or a spot that Rob had in their life. So I want to make this very clear, because some people said that, oh, it's so beautiful that they have a dad again. No, he was not a dad for Flynn and Jet. He was my partner. And that was really important for me to clarify. Another point that I wanted to make is about leadership and learning. When I founded Loving Life After Loss, and my first mentor back then nudged me to step up in leadership and really talk about things that need to be talked about and step up more into leadership, I was really worried at first that I was stepping on somebody's toes, or that I was hurting people who were not as far advanced in their healing journey as I was at that stage. Yet every time I took that leap of faith and stepped up big time, like this topic, talking about dating after loss, was a big step up for me in leadership, and it was confronting. Yet when I did, I got rewarded for it because I realized how much people need to hear me talking about that, people talking about it. So leadership is always going hand in hand with learning. The more you step up, the more you learn. The more I learn, the more I share. So it's that ongoing, whatever I learn, whatever I heal, I share with you guys, with my audience, because this is the path that I have chosen. So thank you for allowing me to do that. And when people say, well, does she do that to get attention? Yes, 100%. I want to get attention for this very topic. And the topic is healing. Healing is possible. Healing is a choice. You can do it. And I know that I can guide you in that because I have walked a path. So yes, I do want attention, and I do want the attention to go towards my group so people can come in and experience what it means to be held in love and to be supported in healing, because this is what we do in Loving Life After Loss. So if you're not in the group yet, please come and join us. That's where everything happens. That's where the magic happens. And certainly I do spread the message outside the group as well. Yes, that's exactly what I want to finish off with. My audience needs to hear this message. So if you're here listening to that, if you get anything out of what I'm sharing, what I'm doing, please share the love. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on social media. I'm also on Instagram under Loving Life After Loss. I have a Facebook group. I have the Loving Life After Loss group, the Facebook page. There are so many ways to get in contact with us, and all the other resources you can find under mariealessi.com. So please share the love. Come with an open heart and mind. If it's not for you, then please count your blessings. And if it is for you, then please share it with others who need to hear a message about healing as well. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing the love with me. This is Marie Alessi signing off. Bye for now.